Hey guys, Charles here. So I created a new set of islands to start over, but we didn't miss anything because I'm about to put in farmer houses and layouts on my main island. My main island is still named Plano, but my second island that I usually need to colonize right away, which should have the other resources, is here on the lower left corner. My color right now is actually bright blue, and my other island's name is basically Manila instead of Houston. So in this case, Manila has zinc deposit. I don't have that on my other island. It also has hops, which I don't have on the other island. And the coal deposit. Everything else I do have on my main island, which is this one. So here, pretty much it should cover almost everything that I need to have. But what I need to do next is to start putting the layout or finalize the layout for the farmer houses on the main island. So last video, what we did was I gave you an indication how the interface works. Now this time we're going to be starting to go and build. So as you can see here, I'm also in a blueprint mode. Everything is transparent if you see it here. What I intend to do is that on this main square right here, you will see the actual marketplace, but everything else have a space of land where future buildings that this particular city will need will be placed over. So if you're wondering, since this is by grid layout, it's going to be 21 by 21 squares, all 4 sides. And if you notice, instead of having 1 lane for the road, see, this is 1 lane, I'm doing 3 lanes. The reason why is because for me to open it up in endgame, because eventually I will need a railroad track, and I would like to have the railroad track go in the middle of this road. Easier for me to put it in instead of trying to move houses later on. Okay, so try to explain on this one. So basically we have at least 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but I removed the 9th one on the middle of the square because it doesn't have access to roads. As you can see, homes or this farmer houses need to have access on roads or road access. So what I'm gonna put here are basically trees. That way it adds to the beauty of the city. The more beautiful your city is, the more happier at least the residents are, and the more happier they are, they pay more tax. So we'll actually do that later on. On the build tab, I don't see anything unlocked yet for ornaments or trees, so we're gonna do that later on and put some trees in there later on. Alright, continuing, what I'm missing here is basically the connection of the harbor to the actual main road line. And anything that is connected to this road will be cut off if you don't connect it to the main harbor. So you want to make sure that this is connected ASAP. So let's go ahead and connect that. I want to make it a good layout, so let's do it like that. And this time it should be connected. I know that this residence will need fish later on for food, so I'm gonna plan that ahead as well. We only have 60 timber, as you can see here, so we need to also put a method to extract and create timber. So in this case we have to extract wood, then make that wood or logs just for timber. And that means that you need to go to the timber production chain. And this production chain, you will need the lumberjack's hut, and it will need a space for you to put in. So just click here. See that border right there? You need to have that border freed up See that 100% right there? That means if you go near and go somewhere where it cannot be planting trees, that will be the efficiency of that particular lumberjack. So we need to strive for 100% all the time. There we go. This is 100%, and I'm okay with that. I click here, then do a road access for that one, as you can see here. So that, see, this is in blueprint mode. When I'm ready, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the sawmill for that as well. So we have a lumberjack, then we need a sawmill. That's a 1-to-1 ratio because each and every lumberjack will produce 1 wood for 15 seconds. And for sawmill, it's the same thing. So once they receive the log, they're going to create a timber in 15 seconds. So we want to make sure that we place this somewhere outside that border right here. So somewhere here, right here. So we're going to put that and put that there. That way when you look at it, it's not really interfering with the border of that lumberjack. And once we have that and it has road access, we need it someplace, because the thing is, every time they make an item, there's a carriage cart that will try to put it on a warehouse, and the only warehouse we have here right now is this particular small trading outpost, and it's too far. So what we need is on this area right here, we want to put in a small warehouse. But putting a small warehouse just like this, let's see, it's kind of boring, don't you think? So in this case, I'm gonna have to move that, relocate, put that one space at least in between to make a road in between. That way I can expand all the way here if I need to for more, let's say, industry buildings. So now we have the lumberjack, we have a sawmill ready, and we have a small warehouse ready. What we need to do is secure the lumberjack first. So we just click here in order for us to build it and go outside of blueprint mode for this particular building. So we click that,
we need more
and voila,
hands.
It's already there. However, it needs workers, and we don't have workers yet, right? So as long as we don't have workers, no one will work there, obviously. And what we need to do now, if you look at the expense area or the cost, we're losing 10 on this one because this particular building costs about 10 every time. And see that will lose money, let's say per 30 seconds, I think, or per 10 seconds. Either way, we need to have a farmer house up and running. So let's do that. Let's select one farmer house, as you can see here, and it costs about 2 timber. So you got to be careful on that one. So we got 2 timber right there. We have, there you go, Age of Agriculture. It's a farmer time. We have 58 timber. We have the houses for the very first farmers. Yay! There you go. And since we're starting to have a population of farmers, this will have workers eventually, as you can see here. It will start processing timber, the log that will be processed for the timber. So that will take about quite a bit. So now
we're taking every
they have a problem here, as you can see here, no warehouse in range. So what we need to do is create a sawmill first. That way we guarantee that there will be lumber later on, or timber. So we click here, then we click that, which is construction for the warehouse, which only costs about 10 timber. There we go. So once you have that, they need more population. As you can see here, we're lacking at least 14 farmers or 14 workforce. And because we have more jobs than workforce, right? So they're like, come on, give me more farmers so that I can just go be efficient for 100%. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and unlock at least 2 more here. Every time you unlock, as you can see here, one farmer at least starts living on that particular farmer house. And the more needs that you actually satisfy for this, more people will live on that particular area or this particular farmer houses. See? So we got one. They don't have access to market, so we need to have that. So remember, the market that's over here. Let's go ahead and build that, which also costs about 20 gold and 10 timber. Sorry, costs about 20 gold to maintain, but it costs, construction costs about 500 gold, then 10 timber. So let's do that, and all of a sudden you'll be able to see this show up. That means that's one need that you actually satisfied for this particular area. And the more you satisfy, the more people will start living. See that? So the next is fish. We don't have fish yet. So we need to have, because they don't have food, that's not really bad. We won't have those farmers eat grass, right? So let's do that. I'm going to move the ship here, USS Enterprise. Then we're going to go ahead and do, we need to have at least, so I can't unlock fish yet because we need to have at least 50 farmers. 50 farmers on the area. So let's unload a lot right now. So in this case, you right click, you do upgrade here, then you just highlight the whole thing. Just like that, hold your left mouse button, then release. Then we're gonna upgrade at the same time. So right now we have 36, right? 36 timber. And when we try to upgrade here, boom, we only have 8 timber left. However, as you can see here, the workforce, we have 6 farmers without a job at the moment. So that means if we look at this particular area, oops, there we go. It has 100% efficiency, and this will go all the way to 100% efficiency. As you can see here, it's bringing the carriage product that carries the product, goes to the sawmill, as you can see here. As long as this particular lumberjack is supplying the sawmill, then we don't have any problems satisfying the needs or the goods that is needed by the sawmill, as you can see here.
Something first.
And once that is done, another carriage will go towards the warehouse and store that warehouse on our stock. So again, earlier we only have 8, remember? So now we have 9 because we started producing timber. So that's how you actually satisfy some of the requirements for each and every one. So let's see how many population we have now. So our population right now is 50, as you can see here. See that? Farmers, it has 52. So that means I can unlock fish, right? So if I go ahead and start building a fishery at least, it costs about 2 timber and 100 gold, but it needs to maintain at least 40 gold every time. So let's try putting one here. Oh, sorry, fish. There you go. Let's try that there. It has road access, but to make sure, I'm gonna have to put that more here. That way, you have more road access. Then do a remove the blueprint mode on this one. Bam. There you go. So we have fish, and it only needs about 25 farmers. See that? Minus 25. That pitchfork icon there. That means 25 farmers needs to work here, or 25 population of the farmer will become fishermen to work there. So once they're producing fish, as you can see here, see that cart already waiting. So let's wait. There we go. Now see that one fish right there? That one fish will go to the warehouse, which is this outpost, and it's loading it. And if you see while it's loading it, it's actually using one of the loading ramps. So eventually, if you have too much carts going towards that particular warehouse or trading post, they have to wait because you only have 2 loading ramps that can accommodate per cart. So that's one. And as you can see, we got fish now here. I think that fish came from the the start of the game.
You reached
So
a
when you look
new
at here
milestone.
now, the supply of the fish is actually being met this time. We have production of fish. There you go. So we got 6 farmers now living out of 10 for this particular land lot. Now we just need to concentrate our workloads, and the workloads has this particular production
I'm
chain.
always busy, Duck.
So we
The
need
field
to
don't
have
tend itself.
sheep, we need to have framework knitters, and once you have those two, you should be able to make the farmers happier, one at a time. Also, if you look at the happiness tab right here, so we got the needs, but needs are not really needs and wants are different. So this is a want situation here. So the want that they want is basically snaps. That's a luxury. So the snaps have this particular production chain. It needs potatoes, and so that it will have a distillery that will actually make snaps for the farmers. And we're gonna do that on our next episode. I try to keep each and every episode short, but once we do, we have pretty much a steady line of episodes to try to satisfy this little hamlet right here. Again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and follow me and try to subscribe, and we'll continue this on our next video.